Hello everyone. Today I'm sharing a story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about wealth and loyalty. What happens when a family's perfect image is actually a carefully constructed lie? The air in the drawing room was thick with the scent of lilies and expensive perfume. It felt like breathing through silk. Too heavy. Too perfect. A sharp, sudden clink of a crystal glass hitting a saucer echoed. The room went silent. Sienna's voice was cold, patronizing. "Elara, darling. Please. Put the glass down. You're shaking. We all know how unstable you've been lately. Let's not make this harder for the guests." A ripple of hushed, judgmental whispers moved through the crowd. I felt the heat rise in my cheeks. Not from shame, but from a cold, crystalline rage. Sienna stood there, draped in Chanel black, looking every bit the grieving, saintly daughter. She was performing. And the audience was eating it up. For years, I was the shadow in the corner of the family portrait. Sienna was the sun. The brilliant, capable heiress. And I was the fragile one. The one with the nervous disposition. It was a perfect cover story. If I was too broken to manage the estate, Sienna could step in. If I was too emotional to be trusted, Sienna could hold the keys. They used my grief as a weapon against my own interests. Sienna whispered to me, her voice sweet but venomous. "It's for your own good, Elara. You can't handle the pressure of the foundation. Just stay in the guest house. Rest. Let me handle the lawyers." I heard the heavy wooden door close softly. I watched her walk away, her heels clicking rhythmically on the marble. She wasn't protecting me. She was isolating me. She was building a fortress around our father's fortune, and she was using my own mind as the mortar. The tension in the room was a physical weight. Every guest sat perfectly upright, their eyes darting between the lawyer and my sister. Mr. Sterling, the family's longtime counsel, looked older than I remembered. His face was a mask of professional neutrality. He cleared his throat. The sound was like a gunshot in the quiet room. "If everyone could please settle," he said, his voice formal and dry. "We are here to finalize the last wishes of Arthur Sterling." A collective, sharp intake of breath moved through the crowd. I sat in the back, my hands folded in my lap. I wasn't shaking anymore. I was waiting. I had spent 3 months in that guest house, not resting, but digging. Digging through the digital shadows Sienna thought she had erased. The words fell like stones. "To my eldest daughter, Sienna, I leave the entirety of the Sterling estate, the holdings in the foundation. The Beverly Hills residence." I heard a soft, triumphant exhale from Sienna. I watched her. She didn't even try to hide the small, predatory smile that touched her lips. Then, the blow came. The part designed to finish me. Mr. Sterling's voice was slightly apologetic. "And to my daughter, Elara. Due to her ongoing health concerns and inability to manage significant assets, I leave only the personal effects and the family jewelry. To be held in trust by Sienna." A wave of muffled, sympathetic, yet mocking laughter moved through the guests. "Poor Elara," I heard a woman whisper. "Such a tragedy." Sienna leaned toward me, her voice a ghost of a whisper. "Don't worry, sweetie. I'll make sure you have enough for your medication." I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I simply stood up. The scraping of my chair sounded like a blade being drawn. Every eye in the room turned to me. I felt the weight of their pity, and I found it delicious. I pulled my tablet from my clutch. My fingers were steady. I tapped the screen once. Twice. A digital chime rang out. Then, the crackle of a low-quality audio recording began to play through the speaker. It was my father. He sounded weak, drugged, and slurred. "Sienna. Please. I didn't. I didn't sign that. The medicine. It makes me confused. Stop. Then, the sound of a heavy object falling on the recording. Silence on the tape. The room went ice cold. The recording was grainy, taken from the nanny cam in Father's bedroom. The one Sienna thought she'd disabled. But she hadn't. She'd only deleted the local files. She'd forgotten the cloud. The mask didn't just slip, it shattered. Sienna's face went from porcelain perfection to a mask of pure, unadulterated terror. She looked at the lawyer. She looked at the guests. She looked at me. She hissed, her voice desperate. That's a fabrication. It's edited. It's a lie. But Mr. Sterling's voice was trembling, yet authoritative. Sienna. Stay where you are. I need to call the authorities. This changes everything. The socialites who had been whispering about my instability were now backing away from her, as if her corruption were contagious. The polished dynasty was cracking. And I was the one holding the hammer. I heard the heavy, rhythmic footsteps of the security guards approaching. The legal battle was swift. The evidence was undeniable. Sienna was escorted from the estate in handcuffs, her reputation burned to ash in a single afternoon. The foundation, the house, the fortune. It all fell to me. I sat in Father's leather chair, the scent of old books and expensive brandy filling the room. I had won. I had the power I had been denied for a decade. I took a long, slow sip of brandy and sighed. But as I looked around the vast, silent study, I realized something. The house was too big. The silence was too loud. I had taken down the monster, but I had inherited a graveyard. I reached for the bedside lamp, but my hand stopped. There, on the nightstand, sat a small, silver music box. Father's. The one Sienna had always hated. I wound it slowly. The melody was sweet, delicate, and utterly chilling. It was the song he used to hum to us when we were children. Before the greed took hold. Before the lies began. I realized then that in winning the war, I had lost the only thing that mattered, the family I thought I was fighting for. The music box slowed down, the notes becoming distorted and dragging. Then it stopped. And that's how it ended. Shocking, isn't it? What would you have done in her place? I'll see you next time with another story that will keep you up at night.